As work inside the watermill continues, we are faced with the reality of enduring another summer living inside of our camper van.
Really hard to get things done in this temperature.
And in this episode, after clearing the invasive and flammable eucalyptus trees within our safety zone, with the help of Nelson and Drew's parents, we come up with a plan that will finally make our lives a whole lot better here.
Okay guys, this is probably my least favorite part of the project.
Welcome back to our channel. If you're new around here, we're Brittany and Drew, two hopeful adventurers who got married and after 8 years of van life, found our dream property and moved across the globe to Portugal, where we're now documenting the journey of transforming this historic watermill into our very first home, not on wheels. Now, let's take in a deep breath and let it out. Let the adventure begin.
Summer difficulties, babe?
Yes, our freezer melts every day and refreezes every night, so then I'm left with like a framework of ice in here. Oh,
I know you like to have your frozen veggies for smoothies.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that.
Big block. Here you
Yeah. And then I get like a whole pool in the bottom of the fridge, but these are all temporary woes, right? Once we're living in the house.
go. I mean, we've only been dealing with them for 7-8 years.
Yeah.
We're pretty experienced in this department.
8 years of van life makes you less likely to complain about small inconveniences.
That's right.
We like to think so.
We also have very limited fridge space for like the condiments, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just other snacks and such.
That's probably the thing I'm most excited for, and one of the reasons that like our hybrid electricity system is really going to help with a big adult-sized refrigerator freezer situation. No more of this Barbie dream house size fridge.
It's been cute for a time.
Yeah. Well, look who's back. We got the guys on the other side of the stream finally collecting all of the trees that they cut down.
That's a really good feeling.
Yeah, it can sometimes feel like a part-time job trying to follow up and make sure that jobs get finished around here, but eventually they do. All it takes is some persistence, a lot of patience, and
A little bit of poking.
yeah, but it's amazing. Look at them use this
Yeah.
like the claw.
Wow, that one just dropped out of there.
Wow, they're picking up like 10 eucalyptus trunks at the same time.
So much faster than by hand with an axe.
Our friend was saying it's a little funny that they waited so long because now the trunks have dried and they weigh a little bit less.
Yeah, and they get paid by the weight.
I forget how much they get paid for the
I think it was 38 euros per ton.
Yeah.
So 2,000 pounds.
It's not
1,000
that
kilos.
much for what was a really tough job. And again, I want to reiterate, we do not love cutting down trees at all.
Yeah.
But these trees, they're not native and they are a huge fire risk for us. So we're doing ourselves a favor, the nearby village a favor, and all of the amazing animals and creatures that live in our valley a favor by removing the eucalyptus and
Just something that's
eventually-
so invasive to this area.
yeah, planting native trees or just like lovely grass in its place, you know? So it's helping to transform our land to remove them, and it will help transform the land for the better for everything and everyone around us. All the while, the kitties seem to sleep through it all. While eliminating these notoriously hazardous trees within the 50 to 100 meter radius of the mill will greatly help us in fireproofing our home and land, we have a lot less shade going into summer, especially since creating the terraces and clearing the hillside behind the watermill that used to provide our camper van with shade until noon at least. This will explain why the next project, which has been a long time coming, is so important going into our second summer of living on our land, which will involve moving our camper down to terrace number 2 and building a shade structure to help make our lives a lot cooler. If the guys can get it done, that is.
Good morning, everybody. It's a new day out here. We've got some rain, which is unusual for the summer months, but it has brought the temperatures way down. And when we last left you, we started on the shade structure over our large container here. We got the first beams up on each side connected to the corners of the container, and we feel like we are in a good position to get rocking and rolling. I got my dad helping here.
Hello.
We're kind of just trying to engineer and MacGyver everything so that it's nice and secure up there, because we got to think about when the camper's under here and there's wind going, we just don't want to lift off or rip off the connections we've established. So we're building it really strong with these 40 by 80 steel beams with 2mm walls. We've ordered 35 of them, got them delivered. Well, I did say I wanted half the load down here and half the load up here, so I got what I wished for. It just didn't quite go down how I thought. And on top of the first established beams we have up here, start putting the large ones across the top here, and then we're gonna have 6-meter stretches going out here so the camper van can be parked in this location with a mini little deck out here. Huge awning covering. It's going to be about 30 feet by 30 feet when it's totally done. Give us protection from the sun all summer long. Just make us feel a lot more cozy down here, especially because we have battery banks in the container that will keep us charged without having to run the generator. We hope to put solar up on top of this at the end. And then in front, we'll probably have to fabricate something for the wind because it gets so windy down here. And this is a top view as well. I'm really excited for this project. It's an entirely new campsite for us down in this location. Puts us that much closer to the mill for projects. And instead of having to run up the hill to go get things or food or just communicate with Brittany when she's editing, this will get us in a more central location. So to give you guys a little bit better look at the connection points we created, they're sandwiched together with threaded bar. We ran right through here, washers, nuts on the ends, and it's sandwiched and connected. This side needs to be a little bit taller because we need 3 meters of clearance for the camper van in this section, where the back sits entirely flush with the top there. And so there'll be a bit of a lean. It'll give us runoff for water, which is a consideration. But what we've realized is an issue right now is this is sagging in the middle. So we need to somehow come up with a way to support it in the center, but I'm trying not to drill in anywhere because the insulation that we did before and penetrating it for leaks in the future. So what we're going to do probably is run something entirely down and clamp it to the bottom that gives it structural support in the middle joint there.
This is the cross pieces.
Yep.
So I'm just taking one of them. We're going to overlap a little bit, put the L bracket on here, put an L bracket here. The square stock will go here, you know, here. So we can double do our holes here. We'd screw sideways. Number 2, though, we drill in the side.
These are 4mm angles, and basically I have 12mm holes in them. All the bolts and supplies we got right here. These are M10s, washers, nuts, and of course all the drill bits needed. And we also got M10s by 60s.
So if we think about it, this is where we're at. 80 in between. A washer. I mean, by the time we get done, we need 100. We need a center.
So right now we're marking where all the spots for the beams will be. We're going to have these L brackets at specific intervals, and that way we can pre-drill all the holes down here. It's way easier to drill straight down when things are down here rather than climbing up there and trying to drill from the side.
And then we're drilling this next one downward. This one's sideways, but they're still the same holes, just turning the piece for the 30s.
Okay.
Well, we need to put a bracket here to hook onto here. And that's this piece that's up there that we kind of need to formulate. And once we get one done, then we match all the rest of it. Does that make sense?
The key is successfully doing the first one.
Yes.
You're not even an engineer, but yet you somehow come up with all these unique designs.
Just experience.
Experience. Listen to that, kids. Experience. All right, we're ready to rock and roll with our power tools out here. Time to drill. But first, we got our BLUETTI system tied in. This is a sponsor of today's episode. It's so great having so much power in our container. We can also keep a refrigerator running, but with three 3,000 watt hour batteries.
Each one is connected by a battery expansion cable that locks into place.
We have them combined for a total of 9,000 watt hours. We can control it so seamlessly through this LCD display right here. We can turn on the AC, turn on DC, charge our phones up here, charge our GoPro batteries. But I should set out the solar panels because we need more power. What's really cool is how seamless and easy it is to set out their portable solar panels. We set them up in the mornings, put them away at night. With 2 of the PV350 solar panels, you can put in about 600 watts of energy when it's full sun on them, sometimes even as close as 700 watts. And by charging this up through these 2 panels, it powers all of our power tools out here. One of my favorite features is these expandable stands, I guess you call them. You can even add more than 2 panels. It'll take a combined total amount of 2,000 watt hours of solar.
You can even create an incredible home backup system with these units. And for every AC300 or AC500 unit sold, BLUETTI donates an entire solar system to an African family in need. So far, they have lit up over 15,000 families living in off-grid areas. BLUETTI also uses the safest lithium iron phosphate batteries, which are known for being low heat generating and chemically stable. With over 3,500 life cycles up to 80%, their extended battery life makes them a reliable and long-lasting power source that can deliver a high power density as well as a low discharge rate, meaning that the batteries can store and retain power, so you have it when you need it most. We also love that LiFePO4 batteries are non-toxic and emissions-free, made without heavy metals like nickel, cobalt, and manganese, which makes them an ultra-friendly option for our environment and our planet. All of their units can also be recharged in a number of ways, including solar, like Drew's been showing you, but you can also plug them into a normal AC outlet, a car charger, or for a super fast charge, you can use solar and AC simultaneously. To explore how BLUETTI can make your life and the lives of others better and brighter, be sure to use our link in the video description below to shop their products and special offers.
It's a bit cloudy, so we're only capturing about 95 watts at the moment, but as soon as that sun comes back out and the clouds move away, we'll be rocking and rolling. I can turn on the AC right here and plug in our whole system over there. It's time to drill. And we're through. Can you give me a hoorah?
Yes.
So we got the holes in from the side, we just flipped the bar. Time to do one of the really big drills.
We're gonna put all these little bracelets on. Actually, we need washers and screws.
I recently bought an entire welding kit because I love and aspire to be a welder and make those connections. But what we've learned on this project from our buddy Matt is that drilling is that much quicker, that much easier, and all we have to do is connect the pieces once they're all here. So we're putting those holes in, taking the washers, these L brackets, fitting everything into this bar, and then we'll load it up there, make everything nice and secure.
Keep going your way. Okay, come on back. We're gonna go that way. This piece will be the 30-30.
Yep, going this direction.
Yep, going that direction.
Lengthwise with the container.
Screw in there. We got a hole here, we got to drill. We got a hole down there, we got to drill. This bolt needs to be taken out to do it. I want to make sure that when I put this other piece, we can do it all.
So we got our prototype here, got all the L brackets mounted onto the spots where the 30x30s will jut across here for mounting the panels on. Time to take it down.
It's time to take it down and make 6 more.
Let's get into factory mode. Dad once worked on the factory line a long time ago at General Motors, so he knows all about that. He said it wasn't his favorite job.
No.
That's why he moved into apprenticeship, became electrician. That's a whole nother story. As I mentioned earlier, we don't want to drill through the container, but what we are going to do is drill into the bottom of what is like the waffle board. And we're going to put holes right here to connect these L brackets. That way we can run a beam from the bottom here all the way up to there and create a bit of a support, because when weight is flexing on the ends out here that are 6 feet over 2 meters, it tends to like want to wobble the whole middle section. So by creating what's like a squeezed clamp secured to the base of the container and up high, it'll allow us to just really feel like this thing's fortified. So I'm gonna get drilling into these sections. We're gonna create one here as well as one here with an L bracket on top and on bottom to connect that entire brace going up. I do gotta say, this is like maybe 8-10 millimeter steel right here. It's gonna be quite a doozy to drill through.
Let it end, darling. Do it again. You made it kiss a work of art.
The hole.
Okay.
The other thing is, just so you know, we should, because in general these things match up.
Is this a new bit?
No, no, it's not a new bit.
Oh.
Try a sharp bit and just
See what happens.
Yep.
Yeah, I do think it helps. So right now we've been going through with this drill with a pre-drilling hole, an 8 mil, and this drill bit here doing the final holes, which is a 10 mil. It's a fine line of pressure or no pressure. So we got everything tied together for our supports going across the roof. We got the 80 by 40s mounted again to the container with cross supports going this way. We got 6 of them. And then we have the 30 by 30s running this way. And everything is bolted with these L brackets and configured just like so. I let Dad take over control of this project because I was tied up with other things happening. Nelson's been here, but you're doing a swell job.
I think here, I just feel like here, the wind.
Yeah, we are kind of concerned that the wind could come whipping through our valley. And if we get a pillar in here, as well as one at the edge of the container sticking out at this 6 foot, 2 meter point going down. But I want to show you guys, Dad was most concerned with digging the holes out here, thinking it was going to be one of the hardest parts of the project. What do you think is going to be the trickiest part of getting this all together?
Digging the holes over there.
All right, that'll be your job.
I've never dug in rock.
And luckily, Nelson came to save the day. Nelson dug all of these holes yesterday for us to use down here. We'll put pillars out in these spots. Oh, it's Grange Petra. Wow.
I am. You know that? You left it on?
Show us how strong it is and do a little, I don't know, half pull up, a dip. Oh, look at Dad with that flexibility in his 60s.
Is that?
That's impressive.
I don't know. I don't know on lift. When Mother Nature is way different
Than old Daddy.
I don't know.
We definitely have our respect for Mother Nature, that's for sure.
Matt, I would like an opinion from, you know.
Yeah, our neighbor
builds
builds a lot of decks in this area and has done it for his career, and just having his opinion would be super helpful. But you know what the next project is? We gotta get the side mounts that we did on the other side of the container mounted to the bottom on this side. So I gotta crawl in this little section. It's pretty stinking tight. And get in there and drill to the bottom, and then we'll join it again at the top. I think we're overbuilding a little bit.
and we probably are, but I know hurricane forces winds.
Yeah, you had nearly 200-mile-an-hour winds smacking against your house. But those projects are over now. Their houses are completely restored and repaired. That's why Dad's here and Mom's here helping us out. Okay, here goes. We got to get down in here. Very tight. Think small. There we go. We're in position. We got to drill right there. Okay, you take that.
Okay, wait.
Need the marker.
You need a marker.
Yeah.
Are you filming stuff?
Yeah. There's freaking nettles down here stinging my calf.
There's what?
Nettles, stinging nettles.
Nettles?
Nettles. It's a plant that stings you a little bit. Yeah, plant. I can feel it on my leg.
Oh, I thought you said metal.
No.
Like, wait a minute. Feel down there. Find the bracket.
Oh, you're right. Underneath. It's right there, that whole span. We need to move to that spot.
We'll move over. See your marker dried.
Yeah, dried up. All right. Sure does not feel like it's sharp.
Okay. We might have lost it on that bit.
Yeah, the color, it's discolored like crazy.
Okay. I got another one here.
Okay. We were told the trick for drilling through metal is use as much pressure as possible. Otherwise the bit discolors and it melts.
Okay, let's see. You can use, you know, for tap ones, you could use your American bits.
Okay.
You know, on this here.
Yeah. What the heck? Okay guys, this is probably my least favorite part of the project. Can only turn the socket like maybe teeny millimeter at a time.
You sure you turned it the right way?
I know, I've questioned that.
It should be tightening as you go counterclockwise.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. 1-2 clicks is all I'm getting. Okay, that doesn't feel tight at all though.
I think it's tighter than you think. Oops, oh, you know what, we're gonna stop this.
All right, we got our connection in place down there. That's the second one. We got the first one in place as well. It's time to drill up there, mister.
Okay.
Gotta protect myself from those steel shards.
Okay, I'm just making sure we're straight. Okay.
There you go, Daddy-o.
Okay.
Gotta love that midday sunshine. Brings on the heat. Everyone want to know a quick factoid about Dad? He only wears button downs. When he works, when he goes out.
Everywhere.
Any other guys in our audience only wear button downs? It's a very exciting day out here. You hear that hum? You see that machine? Look who's here! It's Nelson! Good to have you back. Nos feliz cuando Nelson aquí. So today we are taking the Grand Sax, the 3 that we moved out of the bedroom, putting him onto his trailer, and hopefully we can get up this steep incline here. But each of these weighs probably about 400 kilos or about 900 pounds each. Kaboom! So Nelson's saying let's get his trailer up with the truck first before we put more weight, and he'll drive the machine with this on it. So we'll kind of work together. You know what I just noticed? The best sticker is right there. Oh, facile. Ah, yeah. There it goes. So a little change of plans. 2 are on the trailer, we backed it up here. He's bringing up the 3rd and gonna set it on the trailer right here. That way he can take another one with his machine all the way to the top. Next we actually have 2 more bags up on the annex full of tiles along with one over here. Nelson's gonna repeat the process he just did, so I gotta get working. We got 1 bag in there, Dad's down here hooking it on.
Put 1 on each finger, right?
Yep, best you can or whatever reaches. Like that, all of the materials that were in our way down there are nice and sorted, organized in this big open area for future projects to come. I do have to say, just getting that whole bag dismantled and out of the bedroom of the mill, the master bedroom, I don't know, just something feels so good about that, and I couldn't have done it without my mom and dad helping us. And if you have family who needs a help on a project, just do it because you love them, go help them out. I've helped them with the hurricane cleanup, they're helping us. It's not a take situation, it's a giving situation. So just really appreciate them for spending their vacation days helping us here on our land. They don't have to do that, they know that, but they do it because they choose to. Minu's up here hanging out, checking out our store load of goods to be used for future projects. I think she's hungry though, aren't you, little kitty?
Are you ready for dinner? Are you the cutest girl?
We love our little kitty.
We love you, Mom and Dad, for helping us get all of this work done.
And each one of you guys watching, we couldn't do these projects without your support, without you guys watching our videos all the way through, and without our patrons.
Yes, so know how much we appreciate you. And I have to go feed Minu now.
And we got more projects to do. So that's a wrap on this episode. You guys truly, thank you, thank you, thank you. Muito obrigado to all of you in Portugal watching us as well.
Ciao.
Be well. Yeah. You like being on the camera?
On the camera?
You like the Grand Terrace? You think we organized and did a good job up here? My 2 girls.